Hello, lovely budgeters. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jai, and I'm on a journey, and this is Spending Recap Sunday. Join me. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel. I really appreciate it. If this is your first time here, I'm Jai, and I've been on a journey for almost 2 years, and I've been aggressively budgeting, saving, and cash stuffing. So this is just my journey. This video goes over my weekly spending. But before we get to that, and I do apologize for any of the noise that you hear in the background. I'm trying out a new mic and just seeing, well, it's a new old mic. So it was one of the mics that I originally got, and I decided that sometimes the voice wasn't good enough, I guess. I don't know. So I'm trying for it to sound better and hopefully like muffle out some of the background noise, but it makes my voice sound a little weird. So what we do here is I bring you along on my journey to take a hard look and honest look at my finances and see how I can improve day to day. First, we're going to do our affirmation card, and today is actually Sunday, March 2nd, but we're going to be doing the closeout of February. I love and respect myself deeply. Okay, that's your affirmation for today, guys. All right. What are 10 things I love about myself? Why? And what do I love most about myself? Okay. I am going to this video would be forever if I have to sit here and think about 10 things. So I think I'm going to put up 10 things here if I can and put a little thing of why. And I'll just talk about what I do love most about myself. And I think what I love most about myself is I try to bring the best I can every day. So whether that be at home or work. If I'm at work, I try to be the best person that I can be at work, whatever that may entail, because of my position. And I'm a operations special. My official title is called traveling operations specialist, which means I travel over to different communities and offer support. Now that could be in many different forms. So whatever I need to be that day, I want to bring my best. So whether it be community manager support where I'm leading the team, or a team member support where I'm in the thick of it and needing to be a team member and get tasks done. Resident relations specialist where I need to talk to residents all day and help assist some problems or talk to parents or anything like that. So I definitely try to bring my best every day, whether it be at work or at home. So when I'm at home, I try to be completely disconnected and engaged and be present for what I'm doing at that time, whether it be budgeting, spending time with my family, spending time with my babies, which are my 4 dogs, and just again completely engaged with what I'm doing and bring the best I can. So that's what I love about myself, because I strive to do that every day. What do you love most about yourself? Put in the comments. And we're all here. This is a loving, growing channel. So I hope that you guys are you have some great things to say about yourself. Okay, so let's get started with Spending Recap Sunday. So even though today is March 2nd, we are going to go over our spending from the 21st through the 28th. And the reason why we do that is because I get paid every other Friday. And therefore, I want to make sure you're still on shot. Okay. I get paid every other Friday, which means I got paid on the 28th here. And last week we went over, or last spending recap, we went over the 15th through the 14th through the 20th. And so now we're going to go over the 21st, and we should end on the 27th, but because we're already ending the month, we're going to go ahead and throw in the 28th there. Okay. So before we get to the complete categories here, we are going to go over one by one. And this may look jumbled to you, and I apologize. Let's go ahead and get this sheet here. Okay, so the 21st, we paid a bill Google 212. That's for extra storage, especially now that I'm traveling. I have a lot of pictures. I want to keep those, so we download those into our Google account. And my husband has it as well. So if you saw earlier videos and saw Google on there, that's why. We also paid $85 to our firm account for a concert. I know I don't like having a firm. My husband found this concert that we really want to go to, and so we have a couple more payments of $85. And travel, air, so you're going to start to see some travel expenses here. Again, if this is your first time here, I didn't travel in the past. I was a stationary community manager or property manager, whatever you want to call the title, which means I ran the community at a stationary community. I was there 100% of the time, and so therefore I was responsible for that community. With being a traveling operations specialist, I travel to communities and offer support, again, whatever it needs. And now that I moved us back home, my husband has been taking a break, and so he is able to go to these sites with me. And he doesn't go to work with me, I should rephrase. He doesn't go to work with me, but he visits the different states and cities I'm in, and he is living his best life right now. So he is taking a vacation, a much needed vacation. He's been working very hard. So you'll see some travel expenses on here, not for myself, but for my husband. So travel airfare to Oklahoma was $336.95, and for early bird was $46. Now, oh, actually, I think this is for this might, yes. Okay, this is for him to go to Denver, guys, on Monday. So tomorrow I'll be flying out to Denver, and he'll be flying with me, and he's going to go have some time, some much needed rest in Denver. Okay, so we'll have two categories for dining out. Usually I have dining out. It's me, my husband, and my mom, and we'll have brunch out or pick up fast food here and there. Dining out, I'll have dining out when it's actually just my husband or my mom dining out, or us dining out together when we're at home. And then I'll have travel dining out, which means that he was dining out while I was on assignment. So he was dining out in that state. Okay, so dining out, Austria, $27.90. That was travel dining out. Personal spending for soap at OKC, which is the Oklahoma City. It was this local shop, and I wanted some like exfoliating soap, and my husband wanted some too as well. So we spent $43.46 there. We dined out for dinner that night at Kobe, and he spent $19. My company pays for my food while I'm on location. So you won't see my dining out expenses during travel, but his. Okay. Home. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is a huge like gas station food spot. And they have a lot of local handmade items, and they also, Buc-ee's produces these themed blankets. So they have Christmas blankets and they have Halloween blankets, and now they're having like Easter spring blankets. And so I buy them every season. I know I probably don't need them, but I buy them for the home, and it was $16.22 for the new Easter themed blanket. And it's I'm not hunting for eggs. I'm hunting for beaver nuggets, and I'll try to put some pictures up here so that way you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so then we went grocery shopping on the 21st. This is still the 21st, so this is still Friday, guys. And well, we bought some grocery like snack items, 17.70. Then we went to HEB, so we're back in town on the 21st, and yeah, and we had to stop on our way home to grab pet food and groceries for the next week. My husband was going to be home from after he wasn't flying out on Monday with me. I was going to a different location, so he actually stayed a week at home. So I'll show you again where I was. So pets, 56.22, that was to replenish their food, and groceries for the week, 190.67. And so that was to prep him for while I was gone between the 24th and, well, for us to have groceries, I should say, from the 21st through the 28th. And I just wasn't going to be here the 24th through the 28th. So I was going to be here on the weekend. Anyways, back to it. The last thing we paid for on the 21st was me and my husband get an allowance of $75 digitally per week. And then I get mine bi-weekly and he gets his weekly. And he'll also get gas. Now, because my husband's not necessarily working right now, he has forego his, well, we get $75 digitally and $25 in our personal wallet. We no longer put it in the personal wallet, and he no longer gets his digitally because he is not working, so there's no need to like go out and have that extra funds. And he went ahead and forgo his allowance for the time being, so that way we can put all that money towards travel because he would be out traveling. Okay. So he got $65 instead of $75. This was just on something that he really wanted. So I went ahead and gave him $65 for that, and from his paycheck. So it's not like it's not his money or anything like that. This is our money. This was his paycheck, or funds from his paycheck. So we went ahead and did that. All right, the 22nd. So we have a couple of spending for the 22nd. Our YouTube premium. This is $24.89. And for work, I shouldn't have too much for work going forward, but I will have some work. $38.48 at Michael's. Now you might want to say, why are you buying stuff for work at Michael's? Well, I consider this part work. So, excuse me. So I found this while I was traveling, or right before I was traveling. I found what is called, like, it's a Franken planning, where you have two different planners. So here's my budget planner. And then if you go, so I have February, March, and April. I haven't started April, but I did start decorating for March. And even though it's the 2nd, I will fill it out. I just haven't had the time yet. I wanted to get these videos done for you guys. And then obviously I haven't decorated April at all. So then I have my savings challenge stuff here, which is just the 100 envelope and some paper. And that's for the budget binder. And then this is my work binder. So this one here, or my work planner, and I have February, and this is where we'll go. I can show you. So from the 10th through the 21st, I was in Norman, Oklahoma. And then on the 24th through the 28th, I was at College Station, Texas. So I drove there because I'm in Texas, and I drove home on Friday. All right. So then March here. Oh, and then I decorate each day. It just helps me plan better. You can see here, not very fun when I don't actually plan here. I don't take the time to fill it out. So I definitely like when I decorate more, which I call it a work expense. So, all right, guys. So that's why I consider it work. What do you guys think? Do you think I should change it to personal spending or something else? Okay, so next we have pets. I realized that my mom was, we have a tiny house at in the country, and she's staying in the tiny house, which is a converted RV into a long-term living tiny house. And it is a smaller space, so you have to think about creative ways to house certain things. So now that I'm coming home a lot more often, I see her limited space. So I bought these things from Amazon, these feeding stations for my babies, and they attach to the wall and then fold down so that way you don't have bowls all over the floor. And then I also bought a drink dispenser because she had a small drink dispenser and then 2 extra bowls because we have 4 dogs. So she was worried about them running out of water. So I bought a bigger dispenser and that. So that was $88.73. Then we went back to HEB on the 24th. Oh, this hit my credit card on the 24th, but I was already gone. This is on the 23rd. All this HEB stuff, that's the 23rd, but I put it on the 24th because it hit my credit card on the 24th. So we went to HEB, bought more food for the dogs. I bought them treats. I just wanted to make sure that they had enough food for this upcoming week. So 21.56. I also bought some nails. You can't see them now. I've been working hard this weekend trying to prep for my next trip. So personal 11.90. Medicine. We bought some BC powder for my mom. 7.12. Household, some TP, dish soap, 18.21, and groceries just small because we had already did that big haul. This was like what I had left over. So what I needed left over and that I forgot, 24.28. And then lastly, gas. So this was at our gas station, our local gas station. Paid for me and my mom to fill up for 56.38. So next, on the 25th, a bill came out for Netflix, 36.78. This was actually on the 24th. This was first watch. My husband and I was driving out to my assignment and we went early to go eat breakfast together since we weren't going to be able to spend the next week together and we weren't going to have brunch or anything like that. So that was 28.17. Hold on. Hey, Mom. All right, so back to it. Dining out. This is actually dining out for my husband. So he went to Sergio's Taco while I was out. So 14.83. So that's considered dining out category. Work. I broke my mouse on location, so I had to buy a new one. And I have a really nice one where it's you charge it and it's also Bluetooth and USB. And so I really wanted this specific mouse. So I had to buy it on Amazon and send it over to that property. So 12.20. Travel. I now being back, I used to travel before. And so now being back into traveling, I went since I've been stationary for 2 years, almost 2 years. I didn't necessarily know what I needed, and you might need stuff differently for different. I work for a new company now too, so like it's different things, right? So I just decided, like, learning from my experiences and going what I needed. And now that my husband's going and traveling, he needs his own set of traveling essentials, basically. So I needed some packing cubes, so 1840, and this ended up being only one packing cube, but I gave it to my husband. It's very durable and it's waterproof and everything like that. So anyways, 20 on the 26th, it was miscellaneous. I bought some pictures, so 16.85. So I'm doing this new thing, guys. Like, let's get off of that real quick. And so you can see all my receipts here. But I found this and I really, really loved it. And basically it's like a memory book. And so you do pictures per day. You set up your week, and then you, like, I used to scrapbook, and so I haven't had the time to scrapbook. And then you really only scrapbook like special events, right? And so, like, once I was watching these videos, I saw it and I really, really loved it. So I did finish January budgeting, but it's very fun. So here is the just a quick flip through. You can see that I'm a proud dog mom, and I have more pictures of my dogs than I do of myself. But this is it's supposed to be like scrapbook slash journaling. So I really, really loved that whole idea. And so I started doing that. And then you add in important things for you. So you can see here that, um, us having brunch together and that kind of stuff. So that is what I'm working on, and those are pictures. So I'm going to put those under miscellaneous and then find a category for them together. So hopefully I continue that up. Again, the phrase for this year, right, is to be more intentional. And so intentional with my spending, intentional with my time and efforts, and with my family. And I thought that this was a good way to be more intentional by reflecting each day and really living in the moment, right? So that's going to help me do that. Okay, that was a little tangent on why I spent $16.85 on pictures at CVS. The 27th, so this was Thursday. My mom and husband told me that the water machine that we bought them didn't actually work, so we had to return it and I had to buy a new one. So $38.95. We will get a refund for that one there. Then I also bought some more travel essentials, $128.19. This is again for me and my husband to travel, but just little things that I noticed I needed, like a portable fan, some I needed some packing cubes since that cube was only one. Um, Travel um, seat holder organizer thing. So just a bunch of different things. My YouTube subscription bill came out for $10.81, and my husband dined out at Canyon Lake City Grill, 1856. Again, this is not travel because this is him actually dining out. On the 28th, this is me coming home. So again, I realized I needed some travel expenses and I needed some clothes. I I am going to Denver on Monday, so being in Oklahoma and being in those kind of temperatures, I realized being from Texas, I'm not necessarily prepared for Denver cold. And I have some nice jackets that keep me warm, but the one that I love that keeps me warm doesn't have buttons, and so it doesn't like secure close. And I was getting a lot of wind. It was very windy in Oklahoma, so I decided I definitely needed a new coat and some new, like, business attire. So JCPenney's 137.29. I got me a new coat, a new sport coat, and my husband bought some shoes. Travel at Burlington, we went to the outlets. I have my suitcases and luggage from my previous travel job. They have took 2 years of beating up. They are starting to scrape. The like coating is coming off of them. They're hard case, so I can't even imagine what my things would be like if they weren't hard case, because they are completely destroyed at this point. And so my husband said it was time for me to get some new ones. I did invest in hard case again. I did buy 3 pieces of luggage. I bought a medium, I bought a carry-on, and I bought a under the seat, and that cost me $209.20. This was all at the outlet. We were at the outlets. So we also went to Crocs. I have these lovely work shoes from Crocs. They're so super comfortable. They look very classy. They didn't have them, but my mom has not had new shoes in a little bit. So I bought her some Crocs. And so she got Croc working shoes and she got Croc like casual shoes, just regular Crocs. And she hasn't had new Crocs in like 10 years. So I got her those. 102.78. My husband bought a little bit of groceries earlier, well, snacks earlier that day. We put it under groceries, 1037, and then we paid a bill. Geico is our insurance, 342.94, and we did an extra payment to Affirm, 85, and then I got my allowance of 75 per week, which is 150. So that was everything. I know, so much spending. That is all the spending there. I know that was so much, but now we're going to go over the categories. So each of the categories: bills, 587.54, personal, 55.36, home, 16.22, grocery, 243.02, pets, 205.42, allowance, 215, work, 50.63, medicine, 712, household 1821, gas 5638, miscellaneous 1685, dining out regular category 3339, clothes 24007, travel, these are our travel categories: air 376.95, dining out 7507, and then packing luggage essentials 355.79. Total spending from the 21st to the 28th, $2,347.60. If you minus all the bills, my allowance, and travel, 737.25. If you go even further and minus out expenses like clothes that we normally don't buy, 240.07, that gives us a spending of 497.18 on our regular categories, which we try to stay around 500 to 600 per week on spending on our regular categories. So even though the spending was a lot, I do feel like we did stay within our means. If you want to know how our month goes, I do a monthly closeout, so you'll see that video. But yeah, that was our spending. Hopefully it was not too painful to get through. You guys keep me accountable, and that's why I continue to do these videos. So you're loved, you're appreciated, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.